welcome in. We are here for episode 18 of Gamer Corner. I'm very excited. We've made it to episode 18 at this point. Um, just realized that I could have. Hold on. Wait a minute. I didn't do it at you. I forget that we can at. There.
I am offended. No.
I be forgetting that you can at people now. Okay. That's there now. So as you guys slowly trickle in, I appreciate everybody for being here. It might get a little chaotic tonight, as I have with me the amazing Youngles. You're on this side?
What? Then which side am I on?
This side?
Yeah. Yeah.
Usually people are on the other side, so it just throw me off.
I don't know. Everything's always backwards when I'm around. I feel so I feel.
Like, you know. Q, what's good? How are you?
Hi, Q.
Okay. So, let's go back in time.
Oh gosh. Okay. Yes. Let's.
I know it's been a while. It's been a while. So I really like when I get a chance to interview people who I consider family, not just streamer friends. And I have been bullying Youngles for a few years now. I remember when I was on the Athena Alliance channel and I was playing Mario Kart. And Youngles was like, "Can I play?" And I was like, "Of course." And she joined in, and I was like, I gotta make sure I follow this individual. And I followed her, and that's when I realized that she did not have affiliate. And I was like, oh no, we need to fix that problem right there. And I was like, Mom, my little brother, my older brother, my aunt, we just need to be in her chat until she gets affiliate.
Then you can leave. It's totally fine. It's just.
Yeah. But we need to get her there.
Yeah. No, the good times. And it's actually really funny because Sons of the Forest coming out is kind of like. So, I got affiliate thanks to the lovely fangirl and family. And then I was like, oh, you know what? I'm going to do what every other streamer does in the entirety of their existence, and I'm going to do a 12-hour stream because that's what we do. You get affiliate, you do something unhinged.
Up. Yes.
And you were like, we should play the forest. And I was like, yeah, let's that'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
6 months later.
Hinge free living. Hey, Diesel Shot, welcome in. I appreciate you for being here.
Hello.
Diesel Shot is one of the moderators here, and I dragged Diesel Shot over to the BIPOC Awards. Basically, anybody who has a sword on Fangirl Review has a sword on BIPOC. I just dragged them and put them there. I'm like, just to let y'all know, you gotta help them both. That's just what it is. People walk in and all of a sudden they have a sword and they're confused on how they got here. It's like, well,
I feel like I've been doing this long enough that I know. I go where I'm told. I kind of
exactly.
That's about it.
So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay.
You know, what do you prefer to game on? How did you come about your streamer name? Which is a lot of people want to know, like, how the streamer name came about.
So my streamer name is really, 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 really kind of simple. I didn't have a Korean name growing up, which I learned later. Jennifer is kind of like a Korean name because there was a bunch of us born in the 80s that were named Jennifer for funsies. And like I decided that I have been like wanting to change my name. I never wanted to go by Jen. It was the weirdest thing. I was like, my name's boring. Sherman! Hey,
Sherman!
what's up? My name's boring. Everybody's named Jennifer. This is dumb. And like, so I wanted to be called Tiffany for a while. And then I didn't like that. And I don't know. I was, whatever. I just went through this
Tiffany?
phase. And then it was a thing. I think it was like a popular girl in my school that was named Tiffany, and I was like, "That's why. It's because she's named. That makes sense, right? So
Mm.
that's gonna be my name now because I switch schools all the time." So when I was younger, I gave myself a Korean name, and my Korean name was Youngsun, and then that kind of like entered into my online life when I started getting into like Final Fantasy 11 and MMOs, and just kind of started adopting this like who I feel like is the actual me versus like the me that in person people know. You know what I mean? There's that like distinction. So, I was young son in Final Fantasy 11, Final Fantasy 14, wow, all the games that we played. And then my partner was like just started calling me Youngles because it was, I don't know, a pet name, and so
Yeah,
it kind of stuck. And now that's some people call me Jen, some people call me Youngles. Either one is fine.
either one works.
It is what it is. Yeah, but I don't really have like a preference. I started my streaming or gaming career on Socrates Entertainment computer thing from like 1988, and so I've kind of always been a console gamer, but I had a PC because we were in Korea, and when you're in Korea in the 90s, it was a lot easier, especially when your dad was military, to get access to tech. So we had a PC when I was like 92 was when I got my first in-home PC, and I started playing like Wolfenstein 3D and things like
Yeah.
that. But I like a Nintendo, so I've always been very. And then PlayStation happens.
No, like my mom, she worked for AT&T in their like security
Mm.
stuff. I didn't even understand exactly all that she was doing. I just knew where there was a hidden bunker to go to near our house that contained like files for
Oh
AT&T.
man, that's awesome.
So if the apocalypse happens and I happen to be near my parents' house, I know where to go to get into the
Nice,
bunker.
nice.
She said she used to hate it because she would go so many like floors underground for it, but whatever. But because of that, we also had a
Oh,
PC early on.
right,
Um,
right.
yeah. But
I don't know.
hey,
We had AOL
Alvita,
forever though.
yeah, oh yeah,
Hello.
AOL. We had the disc. And we was,
Yeah. Okay.
the
Like
AOL chat room.
I used
Oh
to
my
get so mad.
gosh.
I used to get so mad. It was like 2000s, and my parents were like, "Nope, we're still on AOL." And I'm like, "Look, I am the only one in my class without an aim away message. Okay, like I can't live like this. What are we doing?"
Oh my gosh. Vic, that was my aim. And even now, like fast forward, my friends that I met in college, that's how we all would communicate, was on AIM. We all were
Yeah.
on AIM
Yep.
with these cute little like saying like go like away messages and everything
I
like
need my.
that.
That's why. Yeah. Song lyrics. I need my song lyrics up so people know
Yes.
how I'm feeling without
Yes.
having to talk to me.
And it was like madness sending messages to each other. And even now, fast forward to this day, one of my friends who like lived next door to me, like our
Yeah.
dorm was next to each other, and that's how I met him, and then all his friends. To this day, he still calls me by my AIM name, and I still call him by his. Like
Yeah.
that's still our names.
Yep. Oh yeah.
So
It's just crazy times. Like I don't think my kids will ever be able to fully grasp the idea that you cannot use the internet because somebody is on the phone. Like there was a TikTok that I saw yesterday and I was like, please let this be a joke. And like this person was like, we need to invent something where there's a phone for the whole house that stays in the house that anyone can answer. And I was like, this This has to be a joke. Like, this has to be.
You mean the phone that's on the wall? That
Kwanzaa!
phone?
Yeah, like, we've come that full circle now that people are like, you know what? We could really use cordless phones or corded phones. I think that would be a great idea. Like,
A house phone that stays in the
house
house.
phone. Yeah. Uh huh.
Kwanzaa!
Kwanzaa.
Listen, that's so funny. I love that madness that
Yep.
we have gone so far and not far enough.
My dad is just laughing from up above. Like, I fucking told you. Sorry, I told you so. Because, like, he was like, I remember a distinct conversation because I was obsessed with 70s stuff. And I ended up wearing the same exact shoes at my high school graduation that my aunt had worn to her high school graduation. But I bought mine at
Aw.
Payless.
Yeah.
And, like, that year, and she was like, no, like, we have photos. Like, it's maddening. And my dad used to always laugh and be like, in 30 years, just you wait. And I'm like, yeah, nothing we have is cool. What are you talking about? No one's going to want this. And now I see everybody doing those, like, spiky headbands.
And then do you see those, like, from the 90s, like that contempo casual shiny material shirts are, and the lime green shiny material shirts are back. I was like, I could have kept mine from the 90s.
You know what else is back? You know what else is back? Popped collars.
Oh my gosh.
Not only that, they're upping the ante with double popped collars. So 2 polos, 1 neck, just.
We are good, Kwanzaa.
We're good. We're just hanging out.
Yes.
Being our
hanging out.
silly selves.
Chit chatting.
But yeah, so I don't have a console preference / PC preference, but I do play on my PC a lot because I am on my PC all the time for everything else. So I'm a workaholic.
Yeah. Yeah. So, what got you into the streaming content creation world? Like, what made you decide to press go live?
Because I'm an idiot and I so what happened was, okay,
Go ahead.
I decided that I text you. Listen, I can't answer your DM right now.
From a
It's not
block
appropriate.
number?
Listen,
What?
listen. Kwanzaa's over here. Kwanzaa's over here. I know. So what happened was I was a manager for a really long time, looked at my higher ups and decided that I did not want to be that miserable in life. And then was like, you know what? I will figure it out. And I did the dumb thing of quitting my job. But then
Not you said do the dumb thing of quitting your job.
dumb thing, okay? Like, honestly, I survived for a whole 2 years on pure luck, COVID lockdown stuff, and like inheritance money that I didn't really think was gonna happen. You know what I mean? It was just like pure dumb luck that I was able to sustain myself financially while pursuing whatever this is, right? So like, it's not the dumbest thing, but when you have 2 kids and no one else in your house is working, it's kind of dumb. Like, I will admit, it's kind of, yeah, like, it's not, I can see why people outside were looking in going, wait a minute, what is wrong here?
Like me.
Yeah, so, but streaming and content like, I did it to kind of pursue writing more so than content creation. So I was at PAX East in 2019 and geekmom.com was there, and I had made my dumb little blog while I was home with my kids. I don't know why I keep saying dumb little blog, because it like went semi-viral over a post that I did on how people with autistic kids, how I saw a lot of issues in that community of like parents of autistic kids that view their kids a certain way, and so I was speaking out against that. And I ran into them at PAX East, and I was like, I really loved your panel, like I would really like to come write for you. And they were like, yeah, come write for us. And I was like, what? Okay, that worked. Sure. Yeah, I will come right for you. And so that kind of was like, well, if I'm writing, and then I was doing all these things and I wasn't playing games. I was like writing about games, but I wasn't actually playing any games, and I was miserable, and I was trying to figure out what that, like, I don't know, the thing is, your purpose in life, whatever. And I realized that I am a gamer and people stream, and I could use streaming as a way to feel productive while allowing myself to play games.
Yes.
So, like, that's how streaming started for me. It was like a container for me to be like, nope, mama, this is mama's game playing time. I am playing games. There's nobody's bothering me. I am just going to be here with my lovely biases that I am obsessed with my characters, and everyone's just going to leave me alone. And and now we're here. So then you found me, and that was it. That was it.
Then I've dragged you along.
Well, yeah, and it's really interesting because you come, like, streaming culture is so in and out. Like, there's a cycle to streaming, right? So we start building streaming, we start, like, doing these things, then we start getting a community, and then the community is like, oh, I want to do that too, and then the community starts streaming, so then it's like this thing, and, like, it is not always practical for people to remain friends. I think the way we have, you know what I mean? Because, like, we've been doing our own stuff. It's not like we're, like, in each other's stuff all the time, but, like, we're always, like, keeping an eye out on each other and be like, hey, what are you doing? Do you need support? Hey, I'm doing this. And I think that has been really cool to see friendships like that from streaming, which I think is, I mean, I'm down for whatever. This girl has come into my stream while I'm streaming and been like, no, let's play this because I don't want to watch you play this anymore. I want to play this with you. So, like, can you switch games?
Like, oh, I know.
Okay.
Carnes, I see you. I need to talk to you. Send me a message on some platform.
Oh, you're in trouble.
Some platform. I don't know. It could be Discord. It could be whatever. Send me a message. I gotta talk to you. But welcome in.
Hello.
Yeah, I do kind of like put my.
But it's not like it's like you're building an army. It's like BTS, right? You're like
not the BTS army.
I'm just saying, no, because it's like here's the thing. Okay, there's like good bullies, and then there's bad bullies. Like, there's the bullies that are, like, mean and racist and horrible. We don't want those bullies. But you're like hey, you had this goal, and I haven't seen your face, so clearly you're not doing the thing. Like, what is happening? And, like, that's the type of bully.
Yes.
It's good stuff. It's good.
No, but that was funny. Like, coming into your chat and be like, no. This is cute. I forget. I think you were playing, like, Final Fantasy, like,
I was doing
5
something.
or 6. So you were playing one of the older ones, and I was like, no, let's go play something else.
You're like, I'm bored. Come play this with me. Like, okay, I'm fine. But I guess I think what happens is, like, relationships are every content creator has to get to a point where they're, like, a community or a business, right?
Yeah.
And, like, not a lot of content creators know how to navigate that space of trying to be both. And I think that when it comes to, like, when we stream together and stuff like that, like, so many people, like, miss out on opportunity because they're worried about, like, oh, well, this person doesn't have following or analytics or whatever the hell, instead of just, like, having fun, which is, like, what we do.
Yes.
So.
Exactly. Like, I'm good, like, being where I'm at with my people. Yeah. And as I grow, I drag my people with me. Literally
drag them. Like, if she was in physical proximity to me, I would not doubt that she would be showing up at my freaking door at 7 a.m. being like, let's go to the gym!
Listen! All of you, everybody on my Twitter, my Instagram, everywhere. Y'all are so lucky that none of y'all live nowhere near me, because I would be dragging all of you to the gym with me.
Mm-hmm.
And I purposely pay for the membership that you can invite friends.
I did that.
But like,
and then I never went.
But none of my friends want to go. Nobody wants to go.
7 a.m. is crazy. I agree.
Well, you gotta be there at 7 a.m., so you have to get up earlier.
I'm over here like I work in PST time, so I can sleep in until 10 a.m. every morning. Okay, like, listen.
No one wants to get up and go to the gym at 7 a.m. Carnes, you
hey,
are not
Prime.
in trouble. Prime, thank you so much for that sub.
Obviously, somebody does.
Yeah.
Because Vicky does.
Yeah.
And you are somebody that we love
somebody.
dearly. Hi, Prime.
I had to rest though because I hurt my shoulder, so I had to rest. I had to like not work out for 2 days because it was like hurting to the point like it was like burning, and I had to like put
because
on
you haven't
ice.
You don't do rest days. You just do.
I do now. I do for this year.
I do.
I've been doing rest days. I only work out 5 times a week, but my shoulder, I messed up my shoulder lifting, and then.
I am sense amusing. It is. I highly advise you if you live on the East Coast and you have the capability to make your own schedule. That just telling everyone you work in PST or MST time, so you don't have to do anything till 11 a.m. If you're a night person, a degenerate like me, like if you're responsible, like this one over here, then that's probably not going to work for you. But
I'm a morning person, so yeah, I prefer to start the day early, and I also have 3 jobs, so like I need to be up and moving to get stuff done. So.
3 jobs. I like how you just say that so casually. Yeah, and I have 3 jobs. So.
And I have 3 jobs. My brain.
I can't. I used to have 2, and I 2 like official ones. I got rid of both of them actually.
Now 2
technically
Twitch affiliate channels.
I know you're
insane.
Okay, ass.
So is there any content that you would like to make in the future? This is what happens when I talk to a friend that's family on Gamer Corners, is that we go off all over the place. If you watch the USB interview, same way. Giggles, same way. I Villainous, same way. Like, it just went everywhere.
I love Giggles.
And
shout out to Giggles. Yes. I just want to say that.
Also watch that video of me playing Sons of the Forest with Giggles watching. That was hilarious.
Oh my gosh. I can just imagine right now.
Yes, the we were hollering and screaming while I played on peaceful. Because while it's peaceful, there's still stuff in there.
Oh, really?
They lie. It's not peaceful. Why? There shouldn't be sharks if it's peaceful. Talented.
Hello, Talented.
I appreciate you for being here. That's my brother. I love watching him play. Rainbow.
Is it the brother that plays D&D?
No, this is not like brother, like streaming brother. That plays in the morning, plays Rainbow Siege 6 all the time, complete sweat, but he's been playing Resident Evil 2, and he gets
the
stuck,
best one.
And then I cheat for him. So he's not cheating, I cheat for him, and then I post the puzzles, and I tell him how to finish them.
I love day streamers. I love lurking in streams during the day.
It makes the work day go faster.
It definitely helps me focus sometimes, like because I have like a body double technically, so it's nice.
Yes. So, is there any content you wish to make in the future?
I have no idea because I barely make I feel like okay. So I also have to remember that my TTRPG stuff counts as content creation, even though it's not on my own channel. So I think,
true. And you need to let me fuss at you. Okay. You were on something. You were on somebody's channel the other day. The picture you sent for your thumbnail for...
Oh, the Dinosaur Wizards in Space one.
I kept clicking from you to them to find the link, and I couldn't find the link because they didn't have it in their bio. And I was trying to scroll through, and you know me, squirrel, and then I forget, and then that was it. So, share your links. Because I like to hang out and watch.
Yeah, so. I will. I'm really bad about it. Because the reason is because I manage content creators.
Yes.
So when it comes to my own content creation, I always put myself last because I'm always hyping them up first. And I forget. What I really need to do, honestly, is when I'm in a show, I just need to like schedule my tweets ahead of time so I don't have to
Yes.
freaking worry about it.
Listen.
I do. I do.
Only
I don't
way that
follow my own
I'm
advice.
surviving and BIPOC is
Not the
surviving is because I'm scheduling.
Yeah, no, take advantage of your tools. I yell at my people all the time too, and I never do it. I'm just
Yes, because you've said it to me. Oh, we got this tool, there's that tool, but you don't use the tool.
But so I guess I really like TTRPG performing because it's like the little theater kid in me.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that I would like to do more of that. Also, I'm usually just a player and the performer and not the GM, which means I get to do the least amount of work when I just show up and do stuff. Theater, yeah, exactly. So I think I would like to do more, explore more of that side because then it's more like I've been playing this one character, Wendy, who it's the first all Asian World of Darkness cast, and it takes place in Itaewon, South Korea. And yeah, I don't post anything. Yeah, and it's because I preach it too. I'll be like yelling at people. I'll be like, no one knows what you're doing if you don't tell them. And then like people are like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I don't know. It's a actual play, Vampire the Masquerade, World of Darkness, thing that we do, and I play this character named Wendy, who, so a lot of the World of Darkness, stuff is rooted in not so nice things, so we've done a lot to actually change the landscape of the lore to make it less like blood quantum and like less like things like that. Because there hasn't really been a lot of people of color input in the universe. So that's really cool. But then I also like now that I'm playing this character Wendy, who is kind of like the heart of the coterie. She's like very like takes care of everybody, like make sure everyone has snacks and like things like that, and is very new to this vampire world. I'm like itching to play a bad guy. Like I'm itching to play like the opposite, right? And be like, I have range, I promise. But I can't even play bad guys in video games, you know? Like, if I Fable, I always pick to the good stuff. I can't even steal in Skyrim without feeling bad. Like, so I need to practice. So I need someone to cast me as a villain so I can practice being evil.
Okay, but weren't we just playing Sons of the Forest and you were
I know.
totally stealing stuff from the cannibals and then you
That's
killed
fine.
them and then the other one was crying over their dead friend.
You were the one looting their house in front of them.
You were the one that were killing them. I didn't actually kill them. I was just going to walk away.
I'm the bruiser. It's what I do. No, but that's true. That's facts. I do like, except for the forest. There's just something about the forest that brings out like.
Yeah, you become very bloodthirsty in the forest.
I do. No, I do. I'm like, I want to blow everything up. I don't know what it is. I'm like, we're at an island. There are no rules. This is like, what's that book? Where there's
Lord
like
of
a bunch
Flies?
of. Yes, that one. That I hated. I hated that book.
I never actually read that book. It was not on our like reading list anywhere in like school. Surprisingly.
It was on my reading list.
Yeah, but we read the Fifth Child. It was a very weird.
I've never even heard of that
weird book. Yeah, but we never read Lord of the Flies.
Interesting. Yeah. But anyway, so I don't know what it is. I used to also steal their stuff. Listen, I don't know why. If I'm in a game like that, for some reason, I'm like, Forest, like, let's go. Green Hell, let's go. I'll kill anything. It doesn't matter. I don't care. But if I'm like in Oblivion or Skyrim or any type Fable, anything where like making bad decisions will like morally impact my role in the story, then I'm like, oh, I can't be a bad person. That's probably like a weird superficial thing, but yeah. So now I want to play like a very like gay, sexy villain. I don't know. That's the urge.
Listen, I'm here for it. You let me know. Let me know when you.
We still have to play D&D together.
That's also.
We still haven't done that.
Well, we
haven't done
played
that.
the one shot on Diesel Shot. We played Chain Stars.
Yeah, no, you're right. We did play Chain Stars.
Because EMP was with us, right? EMP was. But I had COVID.
I feel like that was so long ago.
It was. I had COVID, and I was like,
I did not quantify it.
I gotta go, and you guys had to carry my body the rest of the way. And like I tried to play as long as I could, and I was like, I'm flagging, I'm done.
It happens. You know, like, and I think that that's part of it. So many people play TTRPGs or tabletops, and then they think they have to go for like a 4 hour session, and like after 2 hours, I'm tired. Like, you can probably tell I'm disassociating. I'm like, I don't know what's happening. Like, someone needs to
Yeah.
say my name for me to like be
Yeah, my brain
like,
like I'm gone. My focus is left. I'm done.
So like I absolutely love working with Joe, Scary Dog Friend, who runs Itaewon, because they are really, like, I have a whole spreadsheet of who the NPCs are. Like, they always are, like, saying my character name or my name, like, when I have to pay attention. Like, it's like they know me very well. Like, I need that.
Not them having a service plan on you.
Listen. You gotta do what you gotta do. I'm just saying. So, but if anybody wants to cast me as a villain, I am totally open. If my schedule is open, or if anybody wants to play D&D on stream, one shots are my favorite. I also get to play a Slayer in a Buffy the Vampire Slayer TTRPG, so that's fun. That's on YouTube.
See, I just take my same character, Calypso, and I just modify her.
Yes.
The same character. She's an angler, a fisherman, warrior.
Well, that's stage one. That's stage one, where you have, like, your one character type, and you just play that in every game, right? Like...
Listen, Spider Pat from Diesel Shot drew my character, and that character is just always going to be what I play. So, no matter what you tell me, I'll modify her, but she's always going to be a fisherman, no matter what it is. So, if we are in the vampire world, she's going to be a fisherman that provides for people.
Like a fisher, like, okay, but like, so are we talking like a fisherman, like literally, like
literally.
every time? Okay,
every time.
okay.
Since I love, it's always gonna be a fisherman. I was a
fine.
fisherman in outer space.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be a fisherman no matter what.
And she's gonna monitor your food intake for sure. Wasn't she a pirate once?
Yeah,
I think
that was
so.
part of her backstory.
Yeah.
And she, after freeing all the children of war and bringing them back and taking care of them, it's a beautiful story. Yes, I'm gonna monitor your food intake.
Yeah, she will.
Team Calypso all day. Oh, thank you for our amazing backgrounds. Yeah, my brothers play tabletop. My older brother is the DM for a game that my little brother and his friends are currently playing. So, but yeah, they've been playing for years, but they never invited me to play, so I like to keep mentioning that to them.
No, let's do it.
So, what is your first memory of gaming?
So my first memory of gaming will tell you a lot about who I am as a person. I was separated from my parents for a long time because my parents split up, and then my dad got stationed back to Korea, and my mom was like living her life in Florida, and so I got sent to my aunt and uncle. So to make up for that, when I got reunited with my parents back in Korea, my dad bought me the Socrates VTech education system and a calculator for my Christmas that year. And so it's just me in front of the thing, and there's all these like math and problems or whatever. So I was punching in like 4-digit addition at the age of 3 into this calculator that was hidden next to me that my parents had no idea was like right there. So they're watching me from like the hallway, and they're praising the out of me for doing these like crazy math problems, and they're all like convinced that they have this genius on their hands. And I'm like,
you're using the calculator on the side that they can't see.
And like it didn't register even to me, because I was like, oh yeah, like I'm doing a good job, this is great. And then it was like, I remember my dad like walking in and just like staring at the television, like watching me input these like answers like at lightning freaking speed, and like didn't realize that I had the calculator until he like probably had a heart attack for having this genius, like, little baby Asian child, right? Like, she's a math wizard! And then, like, the sheer disappointment in his face when he saw that I won, like, he turned around and, like, saw the calculator. I remember that moment so vividly.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah, that was my first gaming memory.
That's wild.
It happens.
I got nothing.
which, as an ADHD overachieving gifted child, has carried me through my entire academic career until now.
Started cheating early after Kwanzaa. Listen.
It's only I was solving the problem. I just didn't, I was using tools around me. It was human innovation, honestly.
Exactly. What's the funniest moment that happened while streaming and content creation? No problem. No problem.
The child gets very into his Roblox. Can you repeat the question?
Yes, yeah. What is the funniest moment that happened while streaming?
Oh, when I blew you up?
Oh my gosh. You're lucky that I did not have time to, like, I usually bring up clips sometimes with people. But yes, we were playing the forest, and there's a creature called the cowman, and the cowman likes to jump and belly flop onto the ground, and when he does that, it knocks you off your feet. So I think there was like an army and a cowman and cannibals swarming on me, Kwanzaa, and Jen. And Jen liked bombs, and she figured out sticky bombs where you can stick the bombs onto stuff. Kwanzaa, if you can find that clip, because it's kind of buried.
Yeah. It's gotta be somewhere.
So she likes to take the bombs and stick them onto stuff. And so she stuck the bomb onto the tree after the cowman comes, and the cowman knocked us down, but she wanted this bomb so bad, therefore the bomb blew us up.
It was a dynamite stick that I stuck into the tree.
The explosive device was stuck to the tree and blew us up. And Kwanzaa then had to, like, handle everything to come get us.
Yeah.
And that's not but mind you, you did something similar in which you blew up a tree and the tree fell and it knocked me down. You also did that too.
I think that's what the clip is of.
No, it's two different.
Is that the other clip? Is that a different thing? Okay, so I guess the entire time we were playing the forest and every time I got boom booms would probably be the funniest streamers.
So I had to.
Or that time that we made that really bad candy. I think it was the first collab stream we ever did.
We still have the second one. Do you still have the second one? Because we had two that we ordered.
I still have it. I still have it. It's on my thing. And for the longest time, my kid was like, "I want to eat that." And I'm like, "You do not."
So
you don't want to eat that. I'm gonna find the clip.
Yeah, it's you have to dig super deep to find it. But yeah, it's up there on my shelf, but you guys can't see it because I have a background. But yes, it's up there on the shelf. So we definitely need to do it. We definitely need to actually eat that. Hey Kai, how are you?
We bought that like 3 years ago. What do you mean we're gonna still eat it?
We're still eating it. That thing, the preservatives in it alone will make it last for like 3 years.
You are not doing this to me. You are doing this to me, aren't you? You are.
So I actually thought about doing that tonight, but I just couldn't get my life together.
No.
I couldn't get my life together. So let me do some shout outs because I have not been doing shout outs.
Do shout outs.
But yeah. So thank you everybody for coming in. Thank you everybody for pulling up. Of course, Kai. Of course. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, did I give Carnes a shout out? I think I did. Thank you everybody for pulling up a tab, hanging out, chit chatting with us. Yeah, no, we definitely still gotta do that. For sure.
Oh, I don't know if I can stomach it. It was
so
like, gross.
The miniature donuts.
Yeah, it's one thing when I didn't know that's what was happening, but
it looked pretty, but oh my gosh, it was the nastiest thing on the planet. Hello, CMB. How are you? How are you? Thank you.
I don't know. I can't find it. Huh?
That was a mess. Oh my gosh. What other?
I mean,
go ahead.
No, what were you gonna say?
I was like, we've had some fun collaborative moments, and I was just talking to Kwanzaa earlier, for the one when my mom was playing and she destroyed the raft.
Oh,
that we were almost finished building. That silence in the moment after my mom destroyed it was the best.
Every time we've like brought a noob into our forest worlds, Houndstooth, like, I don't think people understand that weren't here. Like, we built we would shoot. We did the PlayStation and then we did the PC, and we built 100-day islands on both of them, and then we would just like bring in new people and take them to our 100-day islands that we've been surviving on forever, and then just kind of like let them roam. Except for mom, we like very much was like, stay in the camp, we're protecting you, like you can't go anywhere.
Yeah, even though she still let the cannibals into camp. So there was that.
Well, we can't see it. I gotta find it. It's on my TikTok. Hold on. I do have it on there.
Oh yeah, you do have it on your TikTok.
I have it on my TikTok.
Yeah. Yeah, so probably. Oh, it might be on. It might be clipped on Jen's channel, since it would.
Oh, because I'm the one who did the boom boom.
Yeah, so it might.
That actually makes sense.
That actually makes sense. She did destroy the raft.
Oh yeah, she did. That was interesting. And the cool thing too was like, I feel like the Forest was even that popular of a game then. Like, I feel like tons of people are buying Sons of the Forest now that never played the Forest, which I think is really cool.
Yeah, it hands down, it broke Steam.
Yeah,
like
2 million
for like
downloads.
A few hours, Steam was still acting up. It broke Steam immediately, and then for a few hours after, Steam was still jacked up.
Yep.
So I know the developers are super excited, and then they're still going to be providing more and more updates to like smooth out a lot of the problems. Especially like the sound, like with the water, sometimes it acts up and stuff. So.
No, I found it. Hold on. It's just a really good clip. But I found it.
Okay. Let's see. Hold on, guys. I'm just going to... Is it this one? There it is.
Oh, goodness. Oh, I like your background.
Thank you. Okay.
That's fancy.
Pause that clip. Bring that back. Oh, wait. No. Go here. Don't mind me while I do stuff. Bring us back. Oh, here we
go. I like it.
Thank you. It's just part of Discord. Not even anything like. It's free.
No, like the background of the stream. I mean.
Oh,
I mean,
little
your
pink,
background's fine too. Yeah, but
my
the
little
pink and the
pink.
black.
Well, you know that's the
Mhm.
fangirl colors. It's
Mhm.
all about branding, people. What is your brand color scheme?
It doesn't even have to be that complicated.
Nope, because the BIPOC Streamer Awards is really just black, gray, and white. Like that's it. I just watched
I,
it. It's Jen dying of laughter. Okay. All right, guys. So let me.
Because it was hilarious.
Okay, there it is. Let's make it pretty because it's too big. And up here. And zoop.
Also, this is like my favorite part of streaming, and I think a lot of us get so caught up in being perfect on stream, but like people want to see you like not be perfect. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, just do it.
Bam. Okay,
Oh my
guys.
gosh, here we go. Here we go.
Are you guys ready for the madness of what Jen did to me? I guess it's one of the funniest moments of content creation of Jen, well, Youngles, Fangirl Review, and Kwanzaa's. Let's unmute this and bam.
Oh! Oh! Hey! You killed me, Jojo! What did you just blow me up? Jen! Jen! Are you serious? You are not allowed to use explosives anymore. Are you down too? Kwanzaa, you have to come pick us up. Oh, there's a kid. I didn't know you were that close. Pick us up because Jen killed us both. I only see you, Mickey Mouse. Well, pick me up then. We need to leave Jen behind because she don't know how to act. Oh, just block. Don't swing, just block.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh.
I still don't know how to act, by the way.
No. Yes. So I was like, come pick me up, just leave Jen behind.
And in fact, they took away my explosives. I wasn't allowed to blow anything up anymore after that. Like, they wouldn't let me. Even if it was like the part where we had to blow things up, they wouldn't let me do it. And then Kwanzaa started sneaking me dynamite again, and everything was back to normal.
That was a whole mess.
Oh my god, it was so good. It was
Like,
so fun, though.
I know,
So
it
fun.
was so much fun, but
A whole mess.
knocked me down because we were trying to find the other gun part that's right over there. I think we were trying to find the gun part.
Yeah.
Either that or we were looking for. No, I think it was the gun part because right over there is also where you can dive to find like more of those hidden blueprints.
Remember when we ran into the worm by the tree?
Oh, that was another good clip.
Yeah, and we were just like, what is... Oh, God.
That we were screaming and hollering because we never saw that thing before, and it only spawns after day like 50 something. Like you have to be in the game for a while.
You have to beat it too, right? I think it's like a 5% chance after you beat it and like a 3% chance before you beat it.
But it feels like ever since we beat it, that thing spawns a lot.
Yeah, it does.
It just always shows up. If we're
agree.
playing on the PlayStation, it always shows up during that gameplay. It's very weird. But it was
so bad.
We were so hollering and screaming.
It's so fun.
But it was so fun. Which is why we enjoyed the game so much.
Yeah.
Because of moments like that.
Yeah.
So, what games are you like currently playing? I mean, besides Sons of the Forest, but we all are so busy working all the time. But like, besides Sons of the Forest.
So my go-to right now is, I'm pretty sure I was asking. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because it's scary. It just like starts, and it's all in pieces. Right now my go-to is Destiny 2. Lightfall just dropped. Hey, Mike City, how are you? I am always working. Always.
Always.
This is a problem. But I've been really enjoying Destiny 2 Lightfall that just dropped yesterday. I was like kind of like working through that stuff. And I'm playing Crisis Core right now because I never played the PSP original, so I'm playing through that. But those are really my two games that are like I'm working on right now. My backlog is we're just not gonna talk about the
Okay,
backlog.
hold on. Talking about backlogs, because my niece has been dropping these wonderful gems on my brother. So, as per my older brother,
Yeah.
thank you. Who's lurking? Oh, Mike. I text you, Mike. You have not responded to me.
Oh, Mike, you're in trouble.
Everybody's in trouble. So my niece told my brother that he needs to clean space off his Xbox because there's stuff that he does not play on there. And that she had a dream that all the games that he does not play are mad and their feelings are hurt and that they are going to beat him up.
Don't say that!
The games that are on your systems, on your computer, that you have neglected, that you have pushed back in the queue as the new games have come out, are upset, are hurt, are crying, and that they want to beat you up.
That's rude.
I know.
And probably factual.
Yeah. She keeps dropping these gems about how
That's
like
good.
games are like if you're, she basically said like if you're not going to play them, you might as well take them off because what are you doing? And then now she had a prophetic dream about the games and their feelings.
I mean, she's probably not wrong. I believe it. I feel like my games feel trapped on my PC, especially with 14 character because I haven't been on there in like 7 months because I like got Shadowbringers and I was like, I'm totally gonna get into this, and then I got wicked burnt out from work and I haven't touched it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That makes sense. I get that. I'm sorry. Tell my games I'm sorry and I love them.
Yeah. You gotta hope that they forgive you.
I'm hoping.
I was answering now. Okay, Mike. Okay.
You're in trouble.
Okay, Mike.
But I think also too that I often will like to just immerse myself in the world, which is why I really like Dreamlight Valley, because I can just run around. You know what I mean? Like I don't feel, I mean the Mickey 30th anniversary stuff is happening right now and I kind of feel pressure to like do that, but
50th.
Whatever it is. I see you, Disney adult. And
or is it more? Or it's 100th?
No, it's 100. Yeah, I don't know.
It would have to be 100th, right?
It makes sense. It would make sense. Yeah, no, I think you're right because Snow White came out in like the 20s, so that sounds correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I like sometimes I just like have it up just to like hang out in Dreamlight Valley. You know what I mean? While I'm working, like
I was literally doing that today because I was like, I gotta get some tasks done, and if you have to hang out with the character for an hour. When are you doing that? So it was like, okay,
right.
I'm hanging out in that character and I'm sitting on the bench. And it's cool because then other characters come and sit by me, hang for a second, and then leave. And I was like, okay.
It really is a very, like, inner child game of, like, you get to hang out with your favorite Disney characters, I feel like.
You know, like, we still don't have Princess Tiana. So a lot of people were complaining.
That's
they were
true.
like, Tiana should be in it, and it should have been her restaurant and not Remy's.
I agree. I 100% agree.
I'm like, that makes sense.
Yeah, it would make sense.
I would support. That would totally make sense. And after a certain point, we're really not going to have a lot of space left. Because some of these houses are huge. Like, Maribel's house is huge. The carousel for Woody is huge. These things are big.
I was not expecting that to be that big, and I like went to go put it on my beach, and now it's just like my whole beach.
Yeah, no.
And I'm like,
It's in like the little, not the plaza, but the place next to the plaza.
Yeah, yeah.
But like I have Woody, because I wanted Woody next to Buzz. And then,
I put Buzz in the swamp.
oh. No, I just have them next to each other.
RV makes sense to me to be in the swamp. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I put nothing in the swamp. There's nothing. There's nobody's houses in the swamp. Only people who are on the beach are the beach people that had to be on the beach.
Yeah.
And Stitch. That's it.
Ooh, I don't have Stitch app.
Everybody else is in like the plaza-esque area.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, and I put Maribel in sunlight because I was like, I feel like she should be in a warm place.
Yeah, I get that.
But her house is so freaking big. It was like, oh my gosh. But
I just like hanging out with Wally. Me and Wally are besties.
Aww.
We garden together a lot. That's what we do.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, is that Mike City?
Yeah. finally responding. When I'm,
Is that what's happening?
Whatever. What games that are currently, that are coming out that you're looking forward to? So Sons has already come out.
I don't know.
Are you gonna get the new Zelda?
Oh, yeah. I still haven't beat...
Oh!
I still haven't beat Breath of the Wild because I am one of those people that is like as soon as I beat this game, it's over, and I don't want to beat the game because then it's going to be over. I haven't beat Breath of the Wild. I haven't beat Kingdom Hearts 3. I am literally at the end. I just haven't crossed the threshold, right? Like, I've done all of the temples. I just haven't gone to the freaking castle.
You know this is why we're friends, though, right? Because literally, Ys 8, I am at the door for the final boss. I have 100% the game. But it was such an amazing game. I refuse to let it end. I've played Ys 9. Ys 9 was not as good as Ys 8. And I beat it, no problem. Because I was not emotionally invested. Ys 8, I was emotionally invested. And I refused for it to the end. Therefore, every once in a while, I'll boot it up. I'll run around, make sure my skills are still sharp.
Yeah.
And then I leave.
Yeah. It's you don't want it to leave. And, I got Breath of the Wild launch day.
Yes.
And I haven't beat it. It's just been sitting there. I beat Odyssey in a weekend. I beat, you know what I mean? But if I'm really invested or emotionally invested in a world, I'll do that same exact thing. I don't want it to end. So once you beat it, it's over. So now that we're getting a new one, I'm like, okay, I should probably.
Time.
But yeah, I should probably.
But you saw what I did. I beat Ys 9.
Which will probably that's what will happen.
And Ys 8.
I still have to get Skyward Sword too.
Still not beat.
No.
And
that's
Skyward Sword. I didn't beat. I had it on the Wii U. The Wii U.
Yeah, so we were cat sitting, and they had a Wii U. So we bought Skyward Sword for their Wii U, and we got to use it for cat sitting. But then he played it, and I didn't play through it, so I was gonna get it for the Wii, or the Switch, and then I was like, I still haven't beat. And honestly, I haven't. Besides Breath of the Wild, obviously I like running around in, but Twilight Princess was it for me when it comes to the Zelda franchise. That was top tier, in my opinion, because Midna was just such a cool character.
Yeah, but listen.
And the whole what?
Some of them Zelda games, Skyward Sword and Twilight Princess. I had to break up with that game because it did me dirty. I had to break up with Twilight Princess. And I didn't touch it for 2 years. And then I went back and beat it. Because I was in the Twilight world.
Mhm.
and I was fighting whatever boss is in there,
Mhm.
and I used up all my fairies. I used
Oh.
up all my soup. I used up
Yeah.
everything, and I lost when they had just a little bit of health left, and I lost. So I was
Yeah.
like, "Screw you! I'm going home," because that means I would have to leave the Twilight Zone, go back to the real world, collect all
Yeah.
this health stuff that I need, and then go back in there. So I was like, "Screw you! I'm not playing you again." And I put it down, and I didn't touch it for like a couple years, and I went back. Skyward Sword, same thing. It was some like flying thing I had to do. I played it for days and days, could not get it, and I was like, "Screw you! I'm done." And I never went back. And then to this day, I never went back. It might actually be easier on the Switch versus how it was on the Wii U, because it was pretty difficult to do.
Well, it's kind of like the new Metroid Prime Remaster is like better on the Switch because it like the GameCube didn't have the capability to do like the two joystick the same way.
Mm-hmm.
So like a lot of the controls you had to like they had to double up on for the original release. So
Oh.
now, you know what I mean? Because like you had to like hold it to use it to turn around instead of just like moving the camera around. You had to like aim and like do certain things
Yeah.
that were a little bit more difficult than they were for the Switch. So my partner's playing through. So I'm gonna play through that. Metroids are Metroids. Like they're just so good. Dread was I still haven't actually. You know what? That's what happened to me in Metroid Dread because I got to a certain part, and then like those guys are just really hard, and then also there's like one part of the map maybe that I didn't fully explore at one point that now has the key thing that I need to like move on, but it's been so long
Yeah.
since I played the game now that I have no idea where that is, and if I go back to it, I'm just gonna have to start over because there's just no way.
Yeah. I'm at the final
You know.
boss of Metroid Dread. Um, I stumbled onto the final boss fight when I wasn't ready. It was
Well,
just
that's
like
fun.
do 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 bloop bloop bloop. Wait, what's
Yeah.
this? Wait, what's going on? Oh no! And I lost a couple times, and I was like, I'm done. I'll just
Yeah.
watch the. I can just watch the ending online, and I'll actually be perfectly fine with it, because I did
Yeah.
everything I needed to do. Um,
I feel that.
Where am I at? Ah, as your theater kid self, your TTRPG love, your Final Fantasy love,
Oh God.
watching you play Tomb Raider way back when in the
Oh my
beginning.
God.
I was there, hanging out.
Yep. Yep. My Tomb Raider days.
If you could design your own game,
Yeah.
what would it be like?
Dude, I don't even know. Like, because I think sometimes, like, I envy people who play, like, one kind of game. Like,
Yeah.
I envy someone who's like, oh, I just do Command and Conquer, and that's all I do, or I just play WoW, or I just play 14. Like, I envy those people because, like, I am not that person. And so, like, it depends on which version of me we're talking. You know, like, do I want a survival game or a Sims game, or do I want. So I think I would like an updated
Mm-hmm.
Fable type game.
Oh.
Because I don't think we've had a good open world decision influencing RPG the same way since then. At least hasn't grasped me as much since
Yeah.
then because like it was very like Fable was a little bit ahead of its time I think as far as like how the decisions you make affect how the universe interacts with you in
Mm-hmm.
the game. And I think Skyrim tries to like recreate that a little bit, but it doesn't like the Bethesda games don't give that same feel of like having that impact. I mean, like you get to pick like different factions that you want to like associate with, but like your character doesn't shift or change or like the decisions that you get to make don't change based off your own actions
Mm-hmm.
in that type of setting. I haven't found a game that does it the same way. than Fable did. But it also could just be weird nostalgia crap in my brain that's like, this was the greatest when it came out, and now nobody does it. So, like, who knows? But I like games that, like, allow you to decide, like Dragon Age, for example. Dragon Age I really liked because you got to do a lot of, like, you get to pick who you get to, like, romance, and you get to pick what decisions you get to make, and I guess it's, like, in the same kind of vein. But, like, I feel like every single type of game is, like, made already, you know? Like, there's the Life is Strange and the story-based, like, art games, and, like, what?
Sorry.
No.
Keep going, because you know how we are.
You did and I want to know what the is.
I just forgot a game that was coming out that's like that.
Oh, what game?
Did you watch the show The Expanse?
Okay. No, but I was cast in... I did not watch it, but I was cast in a TTRPG show for it that I dropped out of. Yeah.
Yes. They're doing one of those, like, decision-based, like, games.
Oh, that's cool.
So, yeah.
No, that's cool. I heard it's a really good universe.
Oh my gosh. I was not ready for how much that sucked me in, and I was like... And it came to an end, even though, like, the books keep going after, so you could definitely check it out. So I was like, oh. Doesn't take much.
feel... Yeah, that's kind of how we are. We're like, oh, this is great and exciting and yay. I really wish they would update Animal Crossing, though, because I'm really sad that they're like, we're not going to do anything with Animal Crossing. I don't know. What is what? What am I missing? What are you looking at?
Sorry.
You're fine.
Okay. No. It was something, like, from my job. I was like, what? What is that? They just be doing stuff.
Dude, I remember the days where we would be streaming together and, like, Yumi and Kwanzaa would be in the middle of doing something and you'd just be like, hold on, I got a phone call. And, like, you would just be, like, mid-stream. Just, like, taking phone calls. And we'd be like, what is happening right now? I don't...
Like, the whole
sometimes... No, but, like, sometimes she wouldn't even tell us. So we'd be sitting there. We'd be like, all right. Okay, so this is how it would go, right? So we would be playing. And Vicky would be like, don't do this, don't do that. You know, make sure you grab this. Don't eat that. Is your stomach, like, empty enough? Like, what's going on? And then just mute silence. And we'd be like, what are we supposed to do? Where are we going? Because if we did anything on our own, we'd get yelled at, right? So then we'd be like, is everything okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? And, like, the first couple times, we would get really nervous and we would be like, okay, like, we don't know what to do. We just wait. And then you'd come back, like, 6 minutes later and be like, oh, sorry, I got a phone call. We are literally live right now on stream. What do you mean you got a phone call?
Yeah.
It was great. Those were some good times. That's
times.
like, oh man, it was so good. But yeah, that was, I forgot about that too.
So,
when you would just...
So I forgot the one part that we always do here on Gamer Corner.
What? What's that?
We do the icebreaker, but I also like to wait like a couple questions in, but we went way further in than what I normally do, but that's okay.
Okay.
The icebreaker is the 2 truths and a lie, where our beautiful guest shares 2 truths and a lie, and me in the chat decide what is the lie. And a lot of times I just ignore what the chat says.
I'm the worst at this game.
I sent you the questions ahead of time. 2 truths
I
and a
know,
lie
I'm just
at the
saying.
top.
I didn't know we needed an icebreaker.
I do that for everybody. Listen, it's great
Oh, it's
for
fine. It's
clipping.
fine. Yeah.
Gives
Okay.
uniform
Okay.
to the interview.
2 truths and a lie.
Yes.
All right. I was a licensed private investigator. I ran a tea shop. I really... I can't do it.
What do you mean? Come on. Come on. 2 truths and a lie.
where to start. Okay. I used to be a private investigator. I watched Power Rangers in a completely different language. I really hate tofu.
So you were.
Let me try again.
Okay. Maybe ask your partner to come up with 2 truths and a lie for you. Because apparently.
Oh my god. Okay.
Okay.
I got it.
Alright.
I got it.
Okay.
Can I turn
Why?
I'm kidding. Okay.
Alright, here we go.
I
What is going on? What? The easiest part of the interview is the 2 truths and a lie. How are we having a complete breakdown?
Okay. I started taking piano lessons when I was in Korea. I really like playing the clarinet, and I used to be a private investigator.
Why are you covering your face?
So I can't react. Okay, one of those is a lie.
I feel like the PI is a lie. That's what Elvita says. CQ, I was going to say the clarinet is a lie, too. Oh, okay. I'm going with Q. Me and you were here. I'm saying the clarinet is a lie.
Was that your final answer?
Yes.
You are correct. I cannot play the clarinet. I hate it.
I knew about the
Gross.
piano.
I don't like read instruments because I feel like I'm just like spit. Yeah, so I really was a licensed private investigator.
I knew that.
Yeah. I ran a business with my dad when I turned 18. He helped me get my license, and I worked as a PI to get through college.
Yeah. Okay.
It's really boring, but
hey, pays the bills.
It's the only. It's like that's like my go-to, and people are like 2 truths and a lie. I'm like, no one believes this.
Listen.
It happens.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay though. Good try. Because I threw that in as a trick because that one usually gets people.
Yeah,
but then I have to come up with a lie, and that's really hard for me because I just assume that everybody knows what I know.
Which they don't.
They don't. That's okay though.
But
I can
yeah.
pretend.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I like how there was a complete breakdown.
Listen.
Please everybody go follow our amazing creator. I have pinned to the top of the stream the link for Youngles. I've at her in the title of the stream, so you can click on her name there as well. So make sure that you are following our creator. Okay, so here's one of the heavier hitting questions. Even though apparently the icebreaker was a heavy hitting question. So, what are your thoughts on the gaming industry?
Oh boy.
And 10 years from now, where do you see the industry going? And are you happy with that?
So, that's a really interesting question because the gaming industry is not the gaming industry when we were growing up, right? Like, the gaming industry when we were, like, you were a gamer, and that was a very specific thing. And anybody who played video games was just a gamer, and that was it. But now gaming is a lot more like calling yourself a movie watcher. Like, it doesn't make sense to be like, oh, I'm a gamer. Like, what does that mean? So I feel like the game industry has no idea who it is right now and is very confused because you have our growing up experience mixing with the general media as a whole, and now video games have become this like just another media tool that just like any other media tool like books or movies or music or anything, where they have their own genres, and I think that's really cool. um the game industry is calming down, or did get really busy, and I have it's actually, so the shift is it's shifting from like professional gaming AAA studios roar to like more room for indie games, but it's still very obviously teetered when it comes to like who can do what. So I think it's a really interesting place we're in right now. I think as the valuation of esports continues to show its true self, that gaming will kind of calm back down a little bit. Because with the panorama and everything, the valuation of gaming as a whole was massively overinflated in order to create money where there was none. And I think that the calming down of that, now that esports bubble is kind of popping, the gaming is going to go back to like a little bit more like we're just gamers over here doing our own thing. And I think that more mainstream people are going to be looking more towards the metaverse, even though to us it's kind of the same thing, but to them it's not. So as people move out into the world, I think the metaverse is going to become more popular, which will then recreate this idea that like gamers are just over here gaming and like everybody else is doing meta stuff.
Yeah, which is interesting.
Kind of how I see it.
Because I'm part of a bunch of like Black metaverse groups on Facebook.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people were like, building different venues in the metaverse. And the one app, I forget what it's called. It basically was like, we're done and we're shutting down. And a lot of people invested a lot.
Yeah.
And like,
yeah,
they're like, we've lost everything, and now we gotta move over here. And like, they're actually like selling real estate in the metaverse, which I think is interesting. I was like, but if you buy real estate in the metaverse in a app section, and then that app server shuts down, then what?
Right.
Like, you've lost it. It's gone. I mean,
and it's really interesting because we've already had this conversation about physical versus digital products and the licensing that goes along with it, right? So like, I was on Video Games Talk, which is a podcast that is CEO of some gaming company, something I did last year, whatever. And like, we were talking about the metaverse, and I was like, well, the thing about gamers is like a lot of us just feel left out, because we've already been through this. We've already seen what happens when people do online universes, where the money can go and things like that. And like, it's really interesting that the conversation around metaverse tries to distance itself so much from gaming, even though they could learn so much from us. It's like similar to how when esports was getting really big and everyone was like, we're pioneering esports. And I'm over here like, Korea did this like 15 years ago. Like, you can just see what they did.
Yeah,
like,
that's not new.
Yeah, they have like state sanctioned and military sanctioned esports teams already. Like, they figured it out. Just like follow just do the thing. Don't reinvent the wheel. Just do
follow the blueprint.
But, like, they're not doing that. They're reinventing the wheel for Meta again. And I heard that Zuckerberg was trying to pour all his resources into Meta and, like, push it and push it and push it, and just people aren't ready for it.
No. It is.
Tech-wise, they're not.
We're still not there yet.
No, not at all.
We still got quite a ways to go. We are not the Jetsons just yet.
No, and I think that NFTs, like, I think the misunderstanding of what was happening with NFTs in esports specifically, because esports and NFT, like, the whole situation over there, they were taking the gaming companies as a whole and using that as their valuation, even though these gaming companies were making AAA titles like Skyrim that had nothing to do with esports, and they were like, oh, esports is a billions of dollar company, right? And, like, I think the metaverse kind of fell into that same swoop of, like, we're just going to pretend that there's money already.
Yes.
And then people will want to invest. But now people are losing their investment, like you said, because the bubble's popped now.
Yeah. Yeah, so, interesting.
Hi.
So, Q said, it's a toughie. Like, right now, I don't know if the game industry is calming down, or did I get real busy and have no time for it? You probably got real busy. I've gotten real busy too, so I completely understand.
Yeah.
Just missing on like all the hoopla going
Well,
north.
and it's interesting because now that we have Nintendo Direct, now that we have PlayStation Direct, now that we have all of these, they were forced to like make their own conferences. E3 doesn't have anybody to show up.
Yeah. E3
So like,
is not necessary. Not
no,
like
not at
it's
all.
not what it was. They don't
Nope.
need to because it's like
Nope.
why do that when we could have our own stuff on our own channels and make money off of us doing our stuff
Right.
versus you making money off of us doing the same thing. So, Yaktown, I appreciate
Right.
you. Kwanzaa said it's hilarious since we are the metaverse. Please drive safely, Yak.
Yeah, drive safe.
Yes, drive safe. But yeah, so it should be interesting to see where we're at 10 years from now.
Especially looking how like games are marketed. It's
Yeah.
just it's very. There's a lot happening in change right now. I feel like.
And more foolishness, if you will.
Oh, for sure.
The actual people behind the scenes, the developers, the creators, the everybody, If your environment is toxic, you will get called out. You don't get away with having environments that are toxic now, because now the information will be shared out, and people will not invest in you anymore because
the aftermath.
Yes.
Yeah. The aftermath of that too is, along with all of this that we're seeing, the content creator bubble is popping too. Yeah. So many companies were like, we're gonna throw all these money at influencers, we're gonna throw all this money at content creators, and now they don't have any money because they weren't smart with who they were marketing with or whatever. And so a lot of people are complaining that their deals that they're getting, the numbers are going down, and that's because they are.
Yeah.
So thinking like brand deals, I feel like brand deals are on their way out. De-influencing is on its way in.
Oh yeah, they were saying more about that, especially in like the makeup community. The problem when you love people, and when you build a community of family, they make requests of you while you're streaming. Hold on, y'all. Somebody's requesting me in their channel to help with something. So you know how it is.
I know how it is, exactly.
Okay, so I'm trying to pull up their stuff, but I got too much.
You're good, I'm just snacking.
Okay.
I am eating asparagus because I'm a weirdo.
Is it wrapped in bacon? Is it wrapped
No, but it is cooked in garlic butter.
I was about to say, I was like, the next thing was garlic.
Oh,
Listen,
yeah.
You cannot go wrong with garlic. I live for garlic. All right. Okay. All right. All right. So.
What else you got?
It's madness and mayhem.
It's always madness and mayhem for real.
So.
If it's not you, it's me. It's always one of us.
Yes. Here we go. Here's the heavy-hitting, hard question of the night. Are you ready as you eat your asparagus?
The heavy-hitting question? You've already given... Okay. I feel like the two truths and a lie, like, it was it for me.
Which is supposed to be the
Honestly.
easiest part. What is your favorite game of all time? It could be a video game. It could be a tabletop. It could be a card game. It could be a mobile game. It could be anything. Your favorite game of
I can't
all
answer
time.
that.
Listen, people struggle. So if you need it to be your top 5 or one of
Listen.
each, that is
Okay.
fine.
I don't really have a favorite. What I have is the games that made the most impact on me. Right? Because, like, okay. So we gotta set the scene a little bit. I have a PlayStation.
Yes.
My bread and butter. My amazingness. Like, the thing I lived and died for in 1997 and beyond. And I was a military brat. I was growing up small town somewhere that I was literally the only person of color in my friend group, which is very sad. So
Such a my life growing up.
you know, and it's just like I was actually in a conversation with someone the other day, and they were like, "Oh, well, I like had this experience with makeup or whatever," and I was like, "I did not have that experience because I was the only person of color in my friend group, so I had a very different. I like didn't accentuate any of my features at all because people thought I looked weird. I don't know, that's the thing. So Final Fantasy was really like a moment where I felt seen, specifically Final Fantasy VIII, which I will fight anybody in the chat.
Ooh.
Do not come at me.
Ooh.
I'm just going to start with that. Because Final Fantasy VIII was the only military-based video game, because they're like, you know, cadets, like basically going to this like orphanage, whatever, and like trying to fight, you know, whatnot, and they're like basically a military boarding school. And Renoa, who's the main character, one of the main characters, everyone gives her shit, but she was the daughter of a see, Yaktown gets it. She was the daughter of a military person who ran away from home at the age of 16 to lead an activist organization in freeing the town from the military that she was living in. So it was very like, I felt so freaking seen by a video game because I have a really like weird relationship with the military, obviously, because of my upbringing. And it was the first time I'd ever seen a character that was like, that felt that I had like the same context as me. And so all these people would shit on Renoa, and I'm like, listen, you don't understand. I understand because I grew up in that house. Okay, like I get it. I ran away to be an activist too. Okay, like I totally understand. So like exactly. So that game, I think was really, really impactful. And then Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater #3 was amazing. I mean, I love the series as a whole because I'm all about historical fiction / nonfiction.
Okay.
And Kazuma Miller was one of the first half Asian characters that I had ever encountered in a video game. And he's angry as Marine brat. No, you win. I'm Air Force brat. Like, that's not, like, not even compared. Marines? No, I don't want to mess with those. There, no, thank you. I was just the kid of a bunch of desk jockeys. But the problem is that when you're an Air Force brat, you think you're still in game with all the other brats, right? That's the problem. Is that you're like, oh yeah, I'm one of you too. And we get shit on because we're Air Force brats, right? Because our dad's a desk jockey. So like, there's levels. But like, so I had the attitude of a Marine brat without any of the but also I was like, my dad was always like NCOIC of investigations and security and military police, so I was like massive like brat to the brat level. Like I would like purposely not take my ID card with me to get on base because what were they gonna do? Not let me go to school? My dad runs security. Like for real, right? So like I would literally, they would be like, Jen, where's your ID? And I'd be like, do you want to just let me in, or should we tell my dad that you're not letting me on base to go to school? Which is it? Like, I was not the person. I was like 8. I was not the person, right? Like, that was me growing up. So, Metal Gear, I really liked historical fiction. Kaz is always angry and always upset and a little gay, and I loved that about him, and I felt very resonating with that. So that is where my loyalties are for video games. Those are my two most impactful games that impacted my life. Yeah.
And I knew about the Metal Gear Solid one, so.
Yes.
I think I actually knew about those. Did we have this discussion before? Maybe.
I think we did. I think we must have. We've been friends for like 3 years now.
Exactly. But just like wild, just like thinking back, like how many of you guys I've known for like a few years now. Like,
yeah.
It's wild. It's wild.
Isn't it? I've known you longer than I know most of the people that I went to, like, I don't even talk to, like, we have our, like, maid family and your maid friends, and, like, I haven't talked to really any of, like, my friends outside of, like, streaming. I'm just like, you guys, that's it. You guys are it. That's it.
I know you, Kwanzaa. Don't you do that. Don't you do that. Don't do
I know that Kwanzaa got affiliate and Wake hasn't streamed since.
Except that one time she messed up not that long ago, in which she hit the go live button, which I don't understand how she did that. And she went live and she was playing, I think she was on The Sims or something. I forget what she was playing. And so I was in there, I was like, hey, I was chit chatting. And then she called me afterwards and cussed me out. Because apparently she didn't mean to go live. So then she called me to
live?
Yeah. You called me to cuss me out because I didn't tell you that you went live by mistake. But I didn't know that was by mistake. I thought you did it on purpose.
Because we're all rooting for you. That's why.
So I got the notification and I showed up.
That's hilarious. We still haven't played. I mean, Green Hell was really hard to play multiplayer online, I feel like. It's too much.
It was too much.
Too much.
I know you wasn't, but like a lot of people play with like no mic or they just kind of are chilling or whatever. So that doesn't mean anything.
Most people are lurking anyway.
Yeah, I figured you were just doing your thing. So and I was like, oh, whatever.
I speak.
I know, but I figured you was because it was like in the middle of the day, so I was like, I figured you were also working. Good. So I was like, oh, whatever. I'm here to support. So what would you say to someone who's starting out as a streamer content creator? What advice? What do you mean I'm an L friend? I was there to support, so that means I am a W friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what advice would you give to someone who's first starting out their streaming and content creation journey?
Okay, so I worked as a content manager. I don't co-sign anything. I'm just here for the ride. You know that. Just show up. I was a content manager, and I have to be a little bit careful about how I word some stuff because of what I do now. But if I was talking to a brand new person, I would say, number one, be frigging for real with yourself about what your intention is. Because I'm going to tell you this right now. So many people start streaming for money, and that's fine. That is totally okay. Mm-hmm. But how you journey through streaming for money versus how you journey through streaming for community versus how you journey through streaming for yourself are all going to be different paths. And at some point, you are going to have to make a decision about which one of those paths you are on. So the sooner you do that to yourself, the sooner you will be able to navigate what you're trying to do, because so many people start streaming for money, but they want to pretend like they are just streaming for a community, and both of those are okay, but they conflict.
Yeah.
And if you want to be, that's totally fine. If you want to stream for money, then just figuring out what you have to offer, what your value is, and why people would pay for it, which I know is way more easier said than done, but I promise you it's really easy to figure out. Also, too, your content that you're making when you start is not going to be the content that you're making in 6 months. It's not going to be the content you're making in 12 months. It might not even be the content your fans like or your community likes. Like, who knows? So many people plan out their next year and don't make a single piece of content. And I'm saying this to all the spicy streamers out there as well, and the spicy content creators that tell me all the time that are in my DMs, being like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, and I'm like, cool, where's your content? Because it's so easy to say, I'm going to do this, and then you go to make the content, and you're like, this is uncomfortable. Maybe I don't like this. Maybe I don't want to do, and that's totally okay. But until you make the content, you don't know. You know, I started streaming on Magic the Gathering, and you know what? After like a couple months of that, I was like, this is kind of boring, and I don't want to stream this forever. So I'm gonna do something else now. I know you.
I remember that. I was watching.
You were there.
I was there. I was there.
Because I started connecting with Athena before I started actually streaming because I wanted to write about them.
Yeah.
So I was writing about you guys, and then I started connecting with you guys. Yeah, spicy's a good word. So I see a lot of people that are like, I'm going to make my Twitter this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to build my wish list, I'm going to do all these background things. There's nobody who's buying off your wish list. Nobody knows who you are. You know what I mean? Like, these are backward. So, like, just do it and see what you like. Because you gotta F around and find out while your community is small, instead of building up your community and then deciding that you want to stream for money, or deciding that you know, that you're going to do this or that, because then you're going to feel trapped into something that you don't necessarily want to create. So, that's what I would say.
No, that's really good advice for people.
I try.
And like you said, like, what your plan is today might not be what you do tomorrow. Like, you have to be willing to pivot and change.
Yeah.
You'll constantly be growing the whole time. So, you know, be prepared that what you started out as is not what you're going to be, or what you will end up being afterwards. It's a constant growth. It's a constant growth cycle.
Yeah. And, like, I started streaming 2 years ago. I'm barely on my channel now because I'm doing so many things in the industry that, like, I don't need to be on my channel.
Yeah.
I don't need it. Like, it's not a necessity for what I do because I've been able to build my reputation based off all the other things I've done. So, definitely, like, so many people start off streaming. And really just be honest with yourself. If you can't look at yourself in the mirror and go, I'm doing this for money, or I'm doing this for fame, or I'm doing this for a community, then you're not ready.
Yeah.
And I can help you with that if you need. Just.
I'm trying to remember, like, when I first started streaming, what was I doing it for? I think I was just doing it for more... Actually, I think I was doing it to learn something new. A lot of times, the stuff that I do in my brand is to learn something new. And I was like, I have never done the live streaming thing. Let's do that.
This is why, to be quite honest, I hate hot takes. I hate streamer hot takes. I hate the whole, like, I'm just gonna build my platform and telling people what to do with their shit. I hate it. Because here's the thing. What works for you is not gonna work for me. Is not going to work for somebody else. Yeah. And I see all these streamer hot takes on the internet. I got into it with Loco one day because they were like, if you don't have your VODs available, you're not going to get brand deals. As if to say that was the thing. But I know so many people that have stalkers that monetize their VODs, that use them to build their YouTube, that they do all of these things. So you have to decide what works for you. And if it's not working for you and yourself and you, then pivot. But if you're like, oh, I need to keep my VODs available because so-and-so said that that's how I get partnerships, it's not going to work for you.
Yeah. And there's so many creepy people out there.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many creepy people out there. And I had a guy who messaged me because, you know, I crochet. And the guy was like, hey, I would love for you to crochet a doll of a streamer. I was like, what? I was like, send me the streamer that you want me to make. I was like, that's really weird. And it was somebody who was a VTuber. And I was like, this is getting weirder. And I was like, what? And it kept getting weirder and weirder. And I was like, so I reached out to all my other crochet friends, our little crochet community. I was like, I'm gonna need your thoughts on this. And they're like, no. I was like, right? Okay, I thought it was maybe me being in my head, but thank you.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm gonna be polite because he seems kind of crazy, and I'm just gonna price it out. I'm gonna price him out of getting it.
And that's so important because what happens? People start believing everything that comes to them, right? Yeah. So you become a streamer, you really want this so bad. It's like those Stream Element sponsor HelloFresh things, you know, everyone's like, you can tell because every single like streamer is like, oh, get into HelloFresh. Like, you know that it's a Stream Element sponsorship. Like, if you're in there, but like, so that's the other thing is know what your boundaries are. I work with spicy creators, so it's very, 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 very important to establish ahead of time what your boundaries are before that person is dangling $500 in front of you. Because the minute you give in, that's when they feel like they own you. So you have to like be very clear about things like that. And that's a perfect way to do it. Pricing them out of the ability to do it is like beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Thanks.
Always trust your gut.
Yes. Let's see. So, thoughts on the content creation streaming space?
I plead the fifth. No, I'm kidding. What do you mean thoughts? I have too many. I'm too much in the
how so okay. There's so many different avenues of it.
Yeah. So like thoughts. Why I don't care about streaming now that I've finished. Yeah. No. Honestly, like you started for fun. Exactly. Like I stream on my channel like once a month maybe if I'm feeling like it. I think that it's we're getting to a point where content creation is going to be pay for play. Because Instagram is going to sub-services, even though they're switching back to photos. A lot of these social media companies have decided, like, they copy what other people are doing. So even though Twitter is a disaster, they're like, oh, maybe we can get money. And I think that there are enough people that have become famous of content creation that there's enough of a carrot to dangle in front of people that they can up the ante when it comes to having to submit money in order to exchange for reach and views and things like that. Mm-hmm. So if you're gonna be a content creator, like, just understand that the money that we were seeing over the past 3 months or 3 years is no longer there. That is not how people are making money off of content creation anymore. It very much relies on your community to support you. So I think people lose sight of that. And I think a lot of people get to this area. We see this all the time on Twitter where people will be like, nobody is engaging with me. And so therefore you all suck and I'm not going to content create anymore. No one's going to care. Like, yeah. No one's going to care. You can't guilt people into supporting you. That's why it's really strong. I know this is like business speak, but having a good why, because maybe streaming isn't how you make money, but maybe streaming is how you stay relevant in your community. That leads to, you making dice or something. I don't know. So I just feel like content creation is going to become more of a means to an end. And if you have some type of service that you're offering to monetize in comparison with, I think that's going to do people a lot better than trying to become famous or make money off of content creation in the future.
No. Actually, Yeah, no. People need to understand that the influencer lifestyle is slowly coming to an end.
For sure.
They're not throwing the money like they were throwing. So people need to kind of pivot and be prepared for that. Mm-hmm. With that in mind, please visit the Fangirl Review Etsy page. Also, if you are interested in buying a crochet item, please feel free to reach out to me.
Oh man, I love it.
I am able to provide a custom crochet item, some resin earrings, and things of that sort. Okay.
But sure, and I guarantee you, because I run into this all the time when I meet a new client, I guarantee you there is a value that you are providing that you don't even know you're providing. Like, I had no idea that what I do for a job now was even available until I got into the industry. So like streaming might not be like a money maker, but you're gonna meet people, you're gonna network, you're gonna like figure out what you don't like. Maybe you turn that into a career in producing instead. You know what I mean? Like there's just so many things you can do with it. That's all. Shameless plug. Look, you gotta hustle.
Hey.
It is what it is.
Exactly. So, now that we're beginning to wrap up, are there any additional thoughts or comments that you may have as we are winding down?
I don't know. I just showed up because you told me to.
Okay.
Like, I'm trying to be Youngles when I come. Stop it. No, you don't want to be me. I'm an introverted hermit gremlin who
like,
has no only friends. Listen. Don't be jealous. I just, if my only thing is, I don't gatekeep information. So if you are somebody that is watching this that is like, hey, I was thinking about getting into this, or I want like someone to kind of look over stuff for you, like your funnel or your ecosystem or whatever, like totally DM me or whatever. I'm not like, she knows. If you message me, I will answer your question. I am not the type of person that's like, you need to pay me for a consultation fee. Like, I have clients that support me financially. So like, if you have questions or are curious about anything that has to do with content creation, let me know and I will totally help out. I don't mind. Even if it's just pointing in cool directions. Yeah.
No, of course, John.
Listen, except unless you're Kwanzaa. That's it. That's the only. I'm kidding. It might take me like a week to get back to you. My ADHD is not good, and I work out of my Discord, so sometimes I will see your message, thought I replied to it, and I didn't, and then the notification goes away, and it's goodbye.
Yeah.
Which is why me and Vicky are such good friends, because she knows that she can message me 17 times in one day before I might react, and it's fine.
Yeah. I'll send a question mark. I'll send eyeballs.
And then she'll call my phone, and I'll be like, how'd you get my number?
Listen, I will find you.
Oh, you're good.
Will find you.
Kwanzaa messaging me right now.
Yep.
Listen.
So, just a quick, not shameless plug, but another plug. BIPOC Streamer Awards. I dragged Jen along with me on that journey as well.
Oh my god.
Yes, to finish up as we are about to raid out. Nominations begin March 6th. That is Monday. So stay tuned to all our socials. I think I have a command. I had a command. I don't know what. Is it that? No. Is it that? There it is! But I need to update it because that's old. But you can click on the button to go to the website. But we are starting nominations March 6th. Voting starts May 1st. And the award show is tentatively scheduled for June 17th. That's a ways out. So if we need to shift it, but it will be in June. We might need to shift it depending on availability of hosts and content creators and whatever else. So yeah.
Yeah. You were like, let's make an awards show right now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's gonna go live next week. Thanks, bye. And I was like,
yeah. Like, and the award show can't go live during Black History Month. But it's all set up and ready to go. You ready? Okay, we're doing it. Okay. Whew.
But you know what? That's honestly all content creation is. Here's a need. I see a thing. I want to make a thing. I'm going to make the thing. The end. That's it. That's all you need to do. Just make the thing. Just make the thing.
Yes. And that's that's how we get there. Jack, what's good? I'm happy that you were able to make it to one.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I've seen you. But yes, like,
how have you been?
I got mad at the at the streaming world, and then I did a thing.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's a good thing because a lot of people cried last time because they'd never been nominated or awarded anything in their entire existence.
Yes.
And it was really, really cool to lift people up. And so I'm excited to do it again this year.
So I'm so excited for this year. We have
Athena!
Thank you. Welcome in, Athena. We have new categories, 2 new categories. One is It's Dangerous to Go Alone, which is our Mod of the Year category. And we have our TikTok Streamer of the Year category, because TikTok streaming has really taken off in the last year. It wasn't as big last year when we did the award show, but now it's really like a thing.
I have a question on that, actually. Am I allowed to ask that here right now?
Sure.
On the TikTok thing?
I'll probably make up an answer, but go ahead.
No, I was curious on how we were gonna do, are we, for people that double stream. Do you know where my brain is going with this?
Oh, can they win TikTok streamer? Can they win Twitch streamer? Can they win 2 awards at the same time?
I would think probably not, because that would be a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll just have to think about how to navigate that in case it comes up. But like, yeah, it would be up to the nominations for sure. But like, I was just thinking, because a lot of people double stream. So if like they're only streaming on TikTok to bring to Twitch, then how are we gonna do that? But that's something we can talk about later.
Yeah.
I just didn't know if you had thought about it yet.
No. But the voting, we have the voting board.
Oh yeah, the voting board for sure.
We'll just look at
just
the content.
So we know. Yeah. Because that's the other thing.
I would want to really shy away from somebody winning, because they could potentially win in like 3 or 4 categories, one person.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that like what classifies a TikTok streamer versus a Twitch streamer is kind of what my brain was going.
True.
But the cool thing about the BIPOC Streamer Awards is that a lot of people, like, when it comes to award shows, win based off of popularity, the amount of followers they have, the amount of community that they're able to generate. But we have really cool things in place where, like, you don't have to be, like, a big popular streamer in order to win in a category. And we have categories set up specifically for people who are not big streamers, where they are not allowed to be in that, you know what I mean? Yeah. So, like, because I know we were talking about the Rising Star category in a lot of places is, like, the next big streamer, and it's, like, someone that actually is already one. The following and already does it, like,
that already has 15,000 followers. I'm like,
so.
No.
Oh, yeah, we want to make sure that everybody feels comfortable, like, asking for nominations and asking to be put into the running, because, like, even if you only have, like, 2,000 followers, less than 2,000 followers, 200 followers, whatever it is, I have, like, 300 followers on my Twitch account, like, whatever, but, like, you know, don't be afraid to put in your favorite streamer, no matter how big or small they are. And also don't be afraid to, are we self-nominations? Are we doing those?
Oh yeah, people.
Yeah, put yourself in.
Put yourself in. And it was funny because I'm not going to shout out the streamer name, but they were, let them know that they were nominated, and they were like, oh my gosh, that's so amazing. Thank you so much. Blah, blah, blah. I can't believe I've been nominated. Like, this whole spiel. But because, I'm, like, checking to make sure there's no fraud, and I'm going through all the different things, it's like this whole thing you gotta do.
Yeah.
I was like, you nominated yourself, but I'm not gonna call you out. I just kindly responded,
totally
congrats, you truly deserve it. Best of luck in the voting period.
It's great, but it's true though. Nominate yourself and don't be weird about it. Don't be weird about it. It's okay. Yeah, it's totally fine.
Always
you can
celebrate
go ahead.
Yourself. Shoot.
Like, nominate all of your friends. And also, since we're also building, if there's a category, like this is what we did last year, if there's a category that you feel is missing or you feel that you would really like to see, let us know, and then we can bring it in for next year.
Yeah.
Because we're just 2 people.
Yeah.
3
Last
people.
year,
How
I
many
definitely had ended the award ceremony survey, and we definitely took in information from there. So,
yeah,
don't be mean, because then I'll be like, ha ha, delete. But
you will get the hammer. Yeah, for sure.
You get the hammer, and I'll be like, anyway. But
don't be a dick.
Exactly. But we always welcome new, and therefore, we renamed the music category because some people were very upset about it. So we're like, no problem. We want to be inclusive.
Yeah.
And I was like, even though I really like the name, I want to make sure everybody who's in the category felt comfortable with the name, and therefore we changed it. I don't know. I don't know about that one, Athena.
I don't even know what happened. I don't know what we're talking about.
He earned the most amount of subs ever. I think then like the week before, 2 weeks before, he was like banned. It was like this whole mess.
Yeah.
There was a whole hoopla.
Here's the other thing is that we're vetting people.
Yes.
Through the board, simply because we want to make sure that we are associated with good, fun people.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think that, I guess if someone nominates them, whatever.
If his name gets thrown in there,
edible and passing out on stream? No. Come on. Like,
oh, gosh.
know your stuff, man. Anyway.
Yeah.
But we're very excited.
Listen, if he gets a nomination, because us, the people back here, we don't mess with the nominations. We don't mess with any of that stuff. So if nobody nominates him, then he doesn't get anything.
Right.
You got to be nominated, and you get something. Oh,
Maybe.
well, not you get into the voting side of things.
Otherwise, and they're still voting.
Oh yeah. So we gotta stay hands off, except for in the aspect of if you're in the right category, which is why nominations start March 6th and end like March 30th or something like that, whatever. And then voting doesn't start until May, because we take that whole month of April to vet everything. Make sure people are in the right categories.
For example, if a TTRPG person gets nominated for a shooter category and they don't really play shooters, then we'll just put them in the right category that they deserve to be nominated in instead.
As always, there's people who slip through because they're like, just because, whatever. But we always move people and make sure everybody's in the right thing, and that there's no fraud happening on that end, and no fraud. Iconic! It just got real iconic in the chat. What's up?
Iconic!
So, we're human. So we try to catch as much as we can, but only can do so much. Especially since last year we had over 2,000 votes. And that was, I mean, to be honest, most people who were nominated was because it was like 2.5 degrees of separation from me. Like it just went out just a little bit, like doot 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 doot.
Man, but that's how it always starts, though.
Now,
I think that
it's now going to be extra big, and
exactly.
So
BIPOC Stream Awards. Watch out for nominations. Tell your friends.
Tell your friends.
Help us create an award show that is basically by us instead of, over there.
Over there.
Their award shows over there with their stuff.
Exactly, Jealous. It grows as it goes along. And Jealous has been brought on to help with producing the actual award show. We have some ideas that we're playing around with to make it easier. The date is June 17th, tentatively, because we want to make sure we have everything right. But dates! You think I have friends? I'm too petty for that. Potates, whatever. As I come and I harass you all the time. But definitely stay tuned to our Twitter. We have an amazing social media manager who will be taking over our Twitter.
I'm so excited. Last year it was like just
I
us.
you said petty, not pretty.
Nice.
Yeah, so stay tuned for that. Our social media manager, who I'll officially probably announce on Friday on the BIPOC Streamer Awards Twitch affiliate turn up event hosted by Mike City. Now that I finally got him to like nail himself down, even though he did it in the middle of the stream while I'm trying to text and handle this, and while somebody else is texting me to come into their chat and moderate, whatever. People.
So we do.
So official turn up is Friday. We're gonna be playing some music, DJing, partying, playing some Overwatch, and then go from there. I gotta work out the final details. And
all good. We'll figure it out.
Yes, we'll work it out. But the official turn up is Friday for the affiliate for BIPOC Streamer Wars that we did in a week. Yes, that was. Well, that was stressful.
You got this. You okay?
It was hard, but we did it. Jealous stepped up and streamed on a day that I couldn't to keep us rolling forward.
Yeah, good job.
Bam.
Go team.
It. Yeah. So now we're just waiting for our emotes to be approved. I was like, I forgot that part in the beginning. That part sucks. That it takes like 25 years.
Yeah. Go team for sure.
Go team. Go. Yes.
If you want to be a part of the BIPOC Awards, if you want to be involved in the BIPOC Awards, if you want to know how you can support, get in touch with us and we will put you in the right direction.
Yes. You can definitely go to the website and it will be, you can definitely reach out to us via the website. At the top, click one of the tabs and shoot us an email and reach out.
For sure.
What else was I about to say? I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. So, as always, the content creator streamer that is on Gamer Corner guides the raid. Who are we raiding out to? Who are you going to introduce us to? Yes.
Oh, wait. Gosh.
For the month of March, it is Women's Month. Q brought that up somewhere in the chat. So therefore, we are... Of course, we get a raid as we're going to raid out. Bearded coming through with the raid. I appreciate you, Bearded.
Bearded Baritone! How you been?
Hey!
How's it going?
Hi, Bearded.
What's up?
How are you? How are you feeling? What were you playing? Fortnite! Oh, you've been playing Fortnite. How are you liking? Listen, I'm trying to talk my mom into getting into Overwatch. Because I'm like, it's free. Play the game. You don't have to pay.
Play it.
Play
Just
the game.
Do it.
Hey, Natty. What's good? Oh, and I'll take a break. Going back to Atomic Heart tomorrow. Okay. I know you enjoy playing your various story games, and it's funny to watch. So I appreciate you. Thank you so much for the raid. What was I saying?
Something about raiding out Women's Month.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
So, for the month of March, because it's Women's Month, all Gamer Corners will be women and or non-binary individuals that I will be interviewing for Gamer Corner. Next week is the female phenom. She won.
I love her.
I know. She's absolutely adorable. She won the Spidey Sense Award. That's the horror game award. And she has, I forget what her stream team, what their name is. I gotta make sure I have my notes for that. But she is a horror queen on Twitch. That's the 8th. The 15th is Debbie Snacks.
Debbie!
20.
She is gonna do it?
Yes.
Cool.
I mean, she doesn't have a choice. I already told her. So,
Oh, okay.
the
Yeah, that makes sense.
22nd, I'm gonna make Don't Be Jealous. So, hey, Jealous, are you there still?
Oh, like now you're just letting them know now.
Well, Debbie, I let know on Monday or something.
Yeah, like on stream, right? You're just like, oh, by the way.
Yeah, by the
in
way,
case you didn't know,
I
this is yours now.
gotta send Jealous a message to confirm. I guess confirm / ask, or ask and then confirm. Maddie, how are you? Hope you're doing amazing. And I guess I'm mine for the 29th. I didn't realize there were so many Wednesdays in March. I gotta think of who I want to get for it. I know who I want for it. I don't know if I can get them in time or if Wednesday would work. But I know who I would want. I'll tell you off stream.
I know. I'm not gonna ask now.
Yeah, I know who I want because I'm not gonna say it if I don't get them. But I know who I want.
I know for sure. Black Girl Gamers is streaming.
Oh, is that who you like to raid out?
Yeah, let's go raid them.
Okay. Here we go.
They're playing We're Here Too.
Oh, who's on their channel streaming? Somebody I know?
Roxal, I think is how you say their name.
I don't know. Okay. So, everybody, I appreciate you for being here as always. Bearded, I appreciate the raid. Prime, I appreciate the sub. Appreciate everybody for hanging out. Next week will be the Female Phenom.
Yeah.
Please pull up. March 6th is nominations for BIPOC Streamer Awards. So make sure you get your nominations in. And everybody, thank you, Jack. Have a good night. And we will hit this little raid button so we can get that started. Youngles, thank you so much for agreeing to do this, as in you had a choice. But thank you so much. I appreciate you.
I feel like I've already signed my life away to you, so.
Oh, you have. But it's beautiful. And we're going to do that Japanese donut candy stuff.
I'm not eating that. You
We're
can't.
doing it.
No.
You got to take a little bite. All right, guys.
No,
until we meet again. Bye. Did we go? Make sure we went. We went.